Hey y'all, um, here I am again. This page is addictive, in a good way. And I don't know if there's a limit to how many times you can post, but the powers that be should maybe tell us that, if there is. Um, anyway, I'm going to read another poem. But first I'm going to talk about the inspiration of the poem just a little bit. This poem was, or this post I should say, was inspired by Norman Whipple. So thanks, Norman. The quote by Mary Oliver from her poem, The Uses of Sorrow, that goes like this. Someone I loved once gave me a box full of darkness. It took me years to understand that this too was a gift. Rings a bell. I think everyone understands this quote because I think that everyone gets boxes of darkness. Not just one, unfortunately, throughout our lives. And they're gifts. I don't like it, but they are. I was given my first box when I was 3. That's another story for another time. But the gifts that I got from my first box and from many other boxes were humor, resilience, and cynicism. The one that I am fighting with and that I don't like is the cynicism. I think that's also a coping mechanism that has been passed on for generations. It's this constant sense of waiting for the other shoe to drop. And after 20 years of therapy and countless self-help books, I'm tired. I've been practicing this cynicism for 40 years and I'm tired of it. It doesn't work for me. And I've come to believe that in life you get what you look for. So if I'm waiting for that other shoe to drop, it's going to drop. And I think that that's what I love about this page, is that it is an exercise in letting go of the cynicism. So the poem that I'm going to read is called Faith. I think the other side of cynicism, or the opposite maybe, is faith. It's choosing to have faith, not in the religious sense, but more in the actual practical practice of it. Choosing love over anger and frustration, choosing unabashed optimism. Call me a Pollyanna if you want. Choosing to believe that this universe is for me and not against me. I don't care if it's delusional anymore. I don't care. I would rather think this way. And it's not easy to take the record of cynicism off. I try hard every day. I've been trying for 40 years and I hope I'm getting closer. So poetry is but one of the creative outlets that I have. And so this is my poem. It's called Faith. Fireflies hover just above the green, their position indicated by the symphony of unpredictable. The diminishing distance between pairs in the increasing dim becomes unseen. Longing in the dark sparks the brightest light. Cicadas sing in out-of-sync cadence, scattering patterns of sound wave traffic, intersecting circles of amplified kaleidoscopes, turning tall stands of trees into nightclubs of whispering house music. Flickering shadows of black bat ballerinas dance around, near misses, twisting gracefully at every last second of reckoning. Improvisational sensitivities of Nina Simone, lusting for blood before going home. The pulse of molecular mapping swirls around us in a persistent vortex of natural organization, a grandmaster plan of invisible blueprints, usually, only, always. My own lack of vision renders me miserable. Flocks of birds float through my line of sight. They coast across the currents of atmospheric ocean, feathers resting upon planes of transparent astral motion, swimming like schools through heavenly pools of light. Faith is like learning to fly. All we have is this very thin concept of air, the elusive abstract omnipresence of everywhere, the invasive antimatter vacuum of nowhere, even, especially, specifically when we cannot see it. It does not mean that it isn't there. Thanks for listening again, and I love y'all.